But Nell just beat Masrock, Celie just beat Whoops. So. This should be good. Hashies, thank you for the follow. See how the rest of the bracket's doing. Okay. I see. Alright. Okay, we got a slide off here. Oh, Celie is pretty good at these, actually. Okay, but both of them struggling on this, though. It's a pretty tough setup, though. It's very hard. Now, last life. Does Celie get it? They do not. Nell. Out of lives. Celie. Last life. Do they get this? No, they don't. First round, nobody even makes it to the flag. You don't see that too often, but hey, here we are. Now, okay, that slide off is gone now. But now, a thing to know about Nell, at least for this season, but Nell, last season, previously being ranked 11th, Nell is on a pretty good, is on a pretty solid track record to sneak their way to top 5, as they have wins over, they have, I think, they have a win over Rido, 2 wins over me, a win over Celie, and I think something else as well. 2 wins over Milna, and a win over Madman. So a lot of good, like, they have a good head-to-head chart. And some good placements to back it up, too. 2nd in Untitled 2. 4th in Arbor Day. 5th in Cybersphere, I think. Yeah. No, 4th in Cybersphere. But they also have some pretty poor placements. Most notably, 13th in Frostbite. And I think 9th in Heartburn as well. So this tournament, more than ever, is Nell's best chance to really prove that they should be in that top 5 group. But Nell, notoriously really good at those one block jumps, especially those one block wall jumps, using it here against Celie. Great placement by Celie. And on their last life, Celie is also, you might not think, but also a top 5 contender, but whether or not Celie gets opted out of the season, like they wanted to last season, is a different question. Celie make it to the end right as the timer shows up. Alright, Celie, immediately nerfs that one block jump there. Hello, Janowich. What do we got here? Alright, putting ice on the table. Oh, and Nell. Looking to make something real devastating with this black hole here. Alright, Celie puts ice at the start. And Nell. A wire. Singular wire right before that black hole. That changes that setup drastically. But Nell does the arrow. Celie doesn't even get their slide jump out. Change one at the top. Nell made it through. Oh yeah, Bunny. That's right. But yeah, Nell made it through. Very impressive getting that first try. But now Celie, are they able to get this? Able to clutch up here. Gets through the slide jump. The second one now. Time for this black hole. Doesn't get the jump out. Last life. This could be the first point scored to Nell. Gets the first slide jump. But the 20-second timers come in. Now, does Celie get this? Doesn't get the jump. That's going to be 1-0 to Nell. Does it show up as whoops for you? Because that should say Nell. Because this is Nell. Now, you're probably thinking this is Morphin. This is Nell. When Celie gets rid of the arrow, but Nell going for another one of those one block jumps from the wall jump, it seems. Let's see. Okay, Celie gets it. But then they both get the slide off now. What are they going to do about this black hole? Celie gets it. Nell jumps a little bit too late. Now, does Nell retaliate? Do they keep it from being 1-1? Doesn't get their one block jump out. Alright. Nell doesn't even get the one block jump. Jumps a little bit too high. This might be an immediate comeback. Let's see, guess the slide jump. And yes, that will be an instant comeback. Alright, the immediate reversal. Now it's tied up 1-1. Nell probably looking, yeah, looks to immediately nerf that. Alright. Oh, but I like the arrow the Celie plays. Oh my goodness, Celie. That wire is nutty. I will be genuinely shocked if either of them get this. They're both among some of the best players in the game. But that is an insanely hard setup that I feel like neither of them are going to get. But Nell, it's a solid attempt. Both of them with solid attempts. I'm surprised that's, like, possible. But, I mean, Celie, out of anyone, is... Celie's the best at identifying what is and isn't possible. So, if I would assume it is doable, but absolutely absurd. But Nell with a super good attempt at it, actually. Both of them on their last life, Celie failing the slide off. Let's see. When Nell going for a wall jump there, but the 20-second timer is kicked in, and no one's gonna score just yet. We're going to 4 turns remain. Both of them grabbing bombs, and now bombing the black hole. And Celie bombing the crate with the ice on it. That was their own ice too. Maybe they had a plan for it, but just wouldn't work anymore. Who knows? But either way. Ooh, Celie. Forcing a slide off there. But once again, like the first round. Maybe since it's a slide off from left to right instead of right to left like the first round, maybe Celie will have more confidence on it. Only time will tell. See who goes for it first. I think Celie's letting Nell go for it. Yep. Celie. Well, Celie, very close attempt. Let's see. Nell has gone here first. But Nell kind of stalls a little bit there. Let's see. Nell gets the slide off. But can they get the precision? And yes, they do. Now, does Celie retaliate? And they get it! But what about the precision? There's still the precision. And the jump afterwards. These are both pretty tricky, especially the jump afterwards. And they fail the precision. Let's see. Can they get this? 15 seconds left, and that's going to be the second point to Nell, making it 2-1. With 3 turns left, Nell only needs 1 more point in order to win. What is Celie going for with that L-Saw? That could be a very good L-Saw. Goes for a perfect L-Saw setup. Alright. And Nell going for a squeeze after that precision too. Now here's the thing. I don't know if that was particularly a great play on Celie's part, because Nell is pretty good at the setup last I checked. Though maybe they haven't practiced it for a while. And Celie gets it! But so does Nell. Now, we're left with this middle section. Easily the hard part of this map. So looking to let Nell go for it first. And dies to it. Can Celie get this? Both of them barely just do not. Nell out alive. Celie still has 1 remaining. But dies. Why doesn't that flower work? I believe it's due to... If it's... I'm not entirely sure, actually. I think it's something to do with it being here. But... Still. With, like, the actual flower... part of the flower being not reachable. I think it's due to that. Now let's see. So Celie bombed the squeeze and nerfs what Nell just did, but Nell looking to... doesn't place back the squeeze. Okay. I thought they were going to. Alright, let's see. Nell gets the Saw Squeeze first try. Does Celie retaliate? Dies to it twice. Not looking great for them. But Nell dies to the slide off. Celie, on their last life. Yeah, that L-Saw, this perfect L-Saw benefits Nell a whole lot more. I don't know if Celie just wasn't super aware of that, but either way, this could be Nell's winning point here. It all depends if they can get this entire map on the last turn, or last life. They do not. We go to the last turn! But I think if I'm Celie, I get rid of that L-Saw first and foremost. And I probably bank on the slide off helping me in the end. But Nell, bombing the plank that Celie placed to nerf that setup. Oh, now we're gonna have a cat and mouse game here. Yeah, I think the plan is simple. Yeah. Couldn't do much about that one. Celie's only real hope there was to pray that Nell didn't get their bomb out in time. But I digress. Celie obviously upset with that in chat. But let's see. Can they get this? This slide off and that precision, both those combined make this a very tough section. And both of them died of the slide off, in fact. Now, from my perspective, I feel like Nell wins. Because, I mean, Nell's up by 1 point. The rest of this map, maybe besides that slide off, is very catered towards Nell, especially that precision setup. I feel like Celie wouldn't particularly be able to get that, but Celie is able to clutch. They have clutched against Nell specifically while being behind before. But this is the last chance, and no, that is going to be it. That is going to be GG to Nell. Nell versus Celie.